11 o'clock on Saturday, and this is probably the most important and the biggest game on Saturday at 11 o'clock. There's only 4 big 11 o'clock games that could possibly skew how the playoff goes. But let's be honest, App State at Coastal Carolina, it's not a likelihood that Coastal Carolina makes the playoffs, but they are undefeated in a group of 5 conference, so I'm going to count them as a playoff possibility, although a not likely one, just like Purdue. Number 9 at number 3 Ohio. Number 9 Indiana at number 3 Ohio State. And this is why there's a lot of reasons why this is an important game. This game basically will determine the Big Ten East. Now Maryland will be in contention for it. Maryland's put together a very good roster for this year. Taulia Tagovailoa is playing phenomenally well. But so are both the quarterbacks playing in this game, Michael Penix Jr. and Justin Fields. Justin Fields is probably going to be the number 2 overall pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jags, and I actually I'll talk about more of that when the draft's coming up, but Justin Fields going to the Jags is going to make that offense so explosive. They already have some serious playmakers there. That running back, James Robinson, is a legit threat on the ground. And you have some weapons, DJ Chark, Chris Conley. They have some weapons over there in Jacksonville. So watch out for Jacksonville in a couple of years, because I really think they can make a play for the AFC South. But let's get back to the number 3. Ohio State's favored by 20.5 points, which just does not seem right to me, personally. Now, if you're an Ohio State fan and you're watching this, you'll know that I hate Ohio State. I mean, I don't hate them exactly. Since they beat Penn State, I really hope they make the playoffs. Actually, it's not true. I want Wisconsin to make the playoffs. I like Wisconsin more. But, I don't dislike Ohio State as much as, let's say, Michigan. Ugh. I don't hate any Big Ten teams, which means I must not be a real diehard Penn State fan. But I really like Indiana this year. It's just, they've been fun to watch in the NCAA. I mean, they've gone on a revenge tour. Revenge tours are fun, where you get the revenge against. They got the revenge against Penn State at the beginning of the year. They got the revenge against Michigan and Michigan State in back-to-back weeks. But this week, they have to try and take on the hardest opponent they've ever fought in Ohio State. But if you're an Ohio State fan watching this, you know that Ohio State plays a stinker every year. An absolute stinker. Like, you go back 2 years ago, they had the blowout loss to Purdue. That was just super weird. Shouldn't have happened. But yet they lost horribly to Purdue. Go back last year. They almost lost to Maryland. That's not the Maryland this year with Taulia Tagovailoa as the starting quarterback. That's the Maryland last year that wasn't even bowl eligible. That was almost a really bad loss on their resume. And likely one. Never mind. I wouldn't have put them outside the playoffs, but yeah, I know they would have still made the playoffs, but they almost had a horrible loss to Maryland. I'm looking at that schedule, and unless they have the stinker here, I don't know where else the stinker is going to be. Is it going to be... let me look it up real quick. Is the stinker going to be against Michigan State? I doubt it. Is the stinker going to be against Michigan? No. They were always prepared for them. I guess they could pull the stinker against Illinois, but Illinois has been garbage all year. So what game are they going to pull the stinker in? And I have to say, it's got to be Indiana. Indiana's the game. I think, in my opinion, this spread is too large. We're talking about the number 9 football team in the entire country right here. And no matter how good you think Ohio State is, you can't favor them by 20.5 points, for goodness sakes. Penn State only lost by 13 to you, and Indiana is so much better than Penn State. Plus, you haven't played in 2 weeks. Indiana's coming off a pretty good win off of Michigan yesterday. Actually, Michigan State. But it's just, it shouldn't even be it's going to be a contest. Never mind. This is going to be a really good football game. but give me Ohio State to win it outright, but Indiana to cover.